Old Lang Syne's been sung. Guy Lombardo and the boys have packed up the instruments. It can only mean one thing, and that is Happy New Year. 2015 is here. Hi, I'm Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce, and this is the January edition of the Chamber Report as we kick off 2015 at the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Now, our fiscal year is already a third of the way through, well, actually a quarter of the way through, and we're going to talk about that, what the Chamber's been up to. December's busy, January is nuts, and we're going to get into that as well. Plus, we have your favorite segments. So many of you talk to me about what you like about this show, and it certainly isn't me. It is definitely the segments that we have with our member businesses. We have over 600 members here at the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce, and we have some of those rock stars here today, and you're going to find out who they are, what their businesses are, where they're located, more importantly, why you should be doing business with an Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce member. We've also got the big guy here, Tom Weaver, from the board of directors. He is the chairperson. We're going to talk about what Chamber's been up to. We're going to talk community. It's an important factor of what Chamber does. We've got a big event coming up later this month. We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more, and we'll get into it right after this.
I wanted to come here and apologize, even though I know it won't change anything. All I think about are the lives I've affected. I replay the moment every day. The way your mom looked at me after I took your life. I knew better than to text and drive, or so I thought. I thought since I was close to home and no other cars were around, I was safe. I work hard, get good grades. I thought I was a good person. Now I can't even look at myself. I didn't think this would happen to me. My selfishness destroyed your family. If I had just waited until I got home to use my phone, we'd both have a future.
It's time to go.
Back on the Chamber Report, time now to take a peek back at the month of December, and you think it's kind of quiet, and the reality is it wasn't. We had a whole bunch of networking opportunities that occurred. If you're a regular watcher of this show, you've heard me talk about the Chamber AM Connections Network Group. We had two of those events that occurred in December. In fact, we have two every month. The first and third Wednesday of every month at the Chamber office, we have AM Connections Network. And you ask what that is. Well, it's a great opportunity for our members to meet, greet, and more importantly, network, and that occurred in the month of December. It's a free benefit of membership for Chamber members, and I'll have more details about how you can get involved in it, but I'm telling you, it's one of the best things that we do. We also had our annual Chamber Toys for Joy membership luncheon in December, and thank you to Kelsey Carlson, Fox 9 News anchor. She was our special guest that day, and more importantly, the winners were all the people that came to that event and dropped off either cash donations or gift donations for the Toys for Joy group, which deals with families in need in Anoka County. The Ramsey Rotary Club donated $1,000. Wow, that was wonderful. Thank you for that. And so many of the members dropped off nice checks, and we had a ton of gifts that went to families in need in December. It's something we've annually done. We've supported that group since their inception, and thank you to all the members that helped make that happen and support. We also had one of our quarterly Wines and Steins networking event. This one was held out at the Courtyards of Andover. Frank and Jeff out there, thank you for hosting us, and thank you to all the members that attended. And what's a Wines and Steins event? Well, you know, food seems to be so hot, preparation and why this food would go with that particular wine or a beer. So it's kind of an educational piece, and we had one of those. And so we have another one coming up, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show, but it's an opportunity for members to network in kind of a fun setting. And gosh, who doesn't want some food, let alone the potential for some tasting and some education and some fun. That occurred in December at the Courtyards of Andover. Time now for our benefit of the month. This month, it's the Chamber email blast list. This is a very popular benefit of membership in the Chamber. You know, we used to do Chamber mailing labels so people could stick them on letters and send something to the membership. Well, we still offer that, by the way. It's just not that many people do that because the email blast list is in place. So what is that? I think there's 500 plus names on it of Chamber members and their email addresses, and only members of the Chamber get that email blast list. And as a member, you request it, you call Tammy at the Chamber office, she'll email it over to you. You then can utilize that blast list to introduce yourself to the membership, to make them offers, send them flyers about upcoming events, whatever you want to do. But it is a great one-on-one opportunity for members to connect with other members. It's the email blast list, and it's an easy benefit for you to get. All you have to do is call or email the Chamber office. We will get you that list, and then you can start marketing from an email standpoint. It's called the email blast list, and we hope you use it. It's just one of the many benefits of membership here in the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the big guys here. Tom Weaver, Chair of the Board of Directors. We're going to find out what the Chamber's been up to. I teased you with community. I'm going to do it one more time. We're going to talk community. Big part of what Chamber is about. We just did a recent membership survey. Community and networking are neck and neck as to why people join this Chamber. We're going to cover the community end of this thing when we come back right after this.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Back on the Chamber Report, time now for our monthly visit with Tom Weaver. Tom is the chairperson of the Board of Directors. He's the big guy. He leads the whole group. There's 16 people that serve on the Board of Directors. Sadly not paid, but they tell staff what to do, and they do a really good job of doing that, as they should. They're a group that meets, discusses, contemplates, makes decisions about the direction of the Chamber. They're the go-to for all of that. Staff just listens to what they tell us to do. We like to get paychecks, therefore we do it. And more importantly, we got a great group of people. We just had our holiday board party in December, and Tom, a chance for board members to get together in a non-meeting setting just to get to know each other, and we had a bunch of that going on, didn't we?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, Pete. Thank you for hosting that.
You bet.
For board members. And, you know, we get into our meetings and it's, you know, one item after another. We really don't get an opportunity to visit with one another. The holiday party was really a great opportunity for us to just get to know each other a little bit better.
You know, and for me, it's the wife cooking, and it's the leftovers. So I think we finally polished off the last of the Swedish meatballs, so they were awfully good. But an annual event for us, and again, a way for these people to kind of get together and bond. Now, as I mentioned, no board members are paid. They serve a 3-year term. In Tom's case, he'll serve 4 because he is serving this year as chair, so he will serve an extra year as past chair. So in that scenario, the guy needs to make a living. So tell everybody what you do.
I am the CEO at Achieve Services, and Achieve Services is a nonprofit in Blaine. We serve about 185 adults with developmental disabilities, primarily finding them jobs in the community. We bring some work on site and do some rehabilitation along with the employment services. And one of the things I wanted to mention today, and this is kind of a sneak preview, Pete, just for our select audience.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, I've heard about it, but I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, we're launching a new business at Achieve, and the reason for this, it's a laundry detergent project. It's a really good quality project. It's environmentally friendly, and we're doing this to create some really good jobs for our people. Our guys fill the bottles, they put the labels on the bottles, they'll help us package and fill them. And all the proceeds go back to supporting people with disabilities. So it's a really fun project, and it's going to become a huge deal. We're going to have a launch of this product in early February, and it'll be available that time. People can sign up, subscribe to get it delivered to their house every month or so.
Oh,
however often
really?
they need it. Yeah. It's going to be a great product, a great deal for all of our folks, and we hope people are really interested in using it. It's a great product.
So you have an opportunity where, as an example here, you're putting this product and people to work right at Achieve. Do they also go out to businesses?
They also go out to businesses, and you know, the Anoka area has just wonderful, very supportive businesses, and they hire a lot of people with disabilities, which is a great thing. And people with disabilities typically make wonderful employees. They really appreciate having those jobs. They show up, very little turnover. They do quality work. But we've got employers like Medtronic and Abra. The city and the county, several of the cities in the county hire our folks, and Holiday gas stations. There's a number of really good employers in Anoka County. Federal Premium's another one. A lot of them use, if not from us, from other providers like us. So.
You know, and the biggest thing is I have an opportunity to talk to some of these businesses, and it's come up, and there's nothing but praise. Those people, as Tom mentioned, they show up and they want to work and they go to work. They do a great job for these companies. You've got people there to help them as they transition into this. If it's a first time where they're going in, they have support people there that will take those workers and help them through the process of what they're going to do. And Tom, if there's a business out there that says, hey, you know what, I have interest in that.
Yeah, give us a call at achieveservices.org. You can find us on the web, or give us a call at the numbers on the website. Chamber website, yeah. So give us a call, yeah. And as you mentioned, we also provide job coaches along with a crew of people to do the work, and that's at no charge to the employer. So it's a really good deal.
How do we get signed up?
Again, go to
the launch?
Yeah, well, the launch will be in early February, and then you can go to achieveclean.org or achieveservices.org, and we'll get you connected.
How cool, can't wait. Yeah. The Turok household will be washing.
You've got a lot of dirty clothes.
Yes, I do. Thank you for. Well, you know, I got to wear suits all the time, so you know, I got to be clean. So we'll put this stuff to the test. All right, Chamber Board meeting in December. A light agenda, and we'll cover a couple of the things, but we're doing quarterly city updates. It's a chance for the board to meet with some city representatives, hear about projects and development, and we had that happen in December.
We did. We heard from the cities of Ramsey and Champlin, and it is always really informational, good information for the Chamber Board members to get to find out what's going on in the different communities. And it's an opportunity for us to share a little bit if we have any issues or concerns about what might be happening in a specific community as well. And it just helps us to bond and become a tighter community. So they're really, really good meetings.
You know, and the other thing that we also do is that in our Chamber newsletter every month we have a host city give us a development update, so that the entire membership each month is learning about what's happening in our member communities. And you can go to the Chamber website at AnokaAreaChamber.com. If you scroll down to the bottom of the web page, we'll talk about that in a second, you can click on Chamber newsletters, and if you want to find out what's going on in our member cities, I think we've got them up there for the past 2 years. You could click on them, go to page 3, we have Spotlight City, and every month it's a different one of our 9 member cities, a chance for you to kind of get in the know about what's going on in our communities. That's the other reason that we have them come to board meetings, to have that opportunity for Chamber Board to know what's going on, and like Tom said, that interaction back and forth. We have a very tight relationship with our member communities. Oh, we don't always agree on everything that might be going on. The reality is they know we're good for them and they are good for us, and that relationship is tight. It always has been. It's been an important factor for our board of directors to have staff make it that way, and we do it. And we're there to support. Heck, Tom and I were out there with my wife in September for the city of Ramsey, and we were out there for their happy days, helping them set up their business and crafter expo. Those are important things for us to be a part of. That's what community is all about. And Tom, having those people come to our board meetings is just another of that piece.
Yeah, it's a beautiful relationship.
It surely is. All right, Chamber Gala Dinner is coming up February 20th. If you're a regular watcher of this show, it's the biggest event that we have every year. We are moving the event this year back to the Courtyards Vandover. We were there for, I think, 10, 11 years. And we're back. And the reason that we're making the move is that it's a big building, and we can get more people in than what we had last year. So we're looking for a full house coming up. I'm not going to get into too many details, but Tom, we have rolled out the push to the membership, and this is the month where everything happens. We're looking for everything involved with that event.
And there are some great opportunities for sponsorships, obviously buying tables. It's such a great networking opportunity. I mean, everybody who's anybody is at that event. So it's a wonderful thing, and it's a big, I think the biggest revenue raiser for the chamber. So it's a lot of fun.
It is.
Last year we had to turn people away.
We did.
That's a good problem to have. We're not going to have that problem. We got more room this year, so it's awesome.
We are not going to. Oh, we don't want to turn you away. And you know what? Maybe we'll hit 400 plus, and then we can talk about that. It'd be a good problem to have. So trust me, if you're a member, I'm probably coming. I'm emailing. I'm calling. We'll take everything. We have silent auctions. We have raffles. We have live auction items. We have every need that's out there, and it helps with the mission of the chamber, whether it be our scholarship program, whether it be our networking events, whatever it is that we do. This is a critical piece for us. We don't over fundraise. We do a golf tournament. We do gala. And that's it. We don't put a third one in play. So this is our biggie. It's a fun night, and we hope that you will consider attending if you've never come. Trust me, it's a good time. And no matter what, every ticket that's sold, you're going to get something. Either you're going to win one of our cash prizes, or you're going to get one of our non-winning ticket packages. And the committee's been working at it. They're getting there, and a lot of the details are coming together. It's called the Spring Training Gala. We're thinking Fort Myers, we're thinking green grass, and in February, we all need and want that. So we're making some connections with the Minnesota Twins, and I can't say much now, but we're hoping to make some situations happen where we can have some special prizes involved with the Twins. So that's Gala. We'll be updating that next month's show as well. The other one, we talk about community, and Tom, this is something that you've been involved with, and this is the Mayor's Trail Ride. It's a snowmobile trail ride that will be held this year, the end of the month, January 31st. We've done it every year for, I think, 4 or 5 years. It was done initially to promote the Upper Rum River as the wonderful resource that it is, and especially in the winter, because you see all these snowmobile tracks on there. Well, these people are going everywhere from St. Francis to Oak Grove to now then to Ramsey to Andover into Anoka, and they are using that river as a commercial resource, and we decided, well, let's promote that more. Let's get more people going on it. And so we put this thing together, connected with all the mayors of those cities that I mentioned, and then we made it a fundraising event. Chamber doesn't make a penny on this thing, don't want to. So all the mayors are involved. They jump on a snowmobile. They enjoy the day with us as we explore what that resource is. And then we have a couple of raffles, and money's made from that event. Each mayor gets to choose who they want their portion of the money to go to. So all of those cities, from Oak Grove and Now Then and St. Francis and Andover and Anoka and Ramsey all get to pick where they want the monies to go to. Tom, you've been a part of it. You've jumped on a snowmobile, and it's pretty hard to screw
Fortunately,
that day
I've
up.
stayed on the snowmobile.
You have stayed on the snowmobile.
That's a good thing, yeah.
People could get ripping on that river a little bit.
Oh, they fly. It really is a beautiful corridor. If you haven't been up and down the Rum River in the winter, it is really wonderful. And this is a great event to really tie some of those communities together. There's lots of stops along the way so people can see some of the different establishments along the way. As you indicated, the mayors have an opportunity to give the proceeds to some of their favorite charities. It's a really well-attended and a really fun event. Yeah,
we had 225 snowmobilers last year. We're looking for more of that this year, and if you want to participate in that, you can get a hold of us at the Chamber of Commerce at 763-421-7130. It's always up on our website as well. I think it's $10 to participate, $20 if you sign up the day of. And again, all that money goes right back into charities. I know that the Youth First group from Andover and Oak and Ramsey has been a recipient, the Now Then firefighters, the Lake George Conservation District. There's been a bunch of them, and again, we leave that up to the mayors, and they will shift them from time to time. Doesn't matter to us. The fact that we are able to be a connector of communities and putting that stuff back, geez, that's what it's all about. And this is just one example of how we're able to pull a whole bunch into one day.
Yeah, and our winters are long enough, so let's get out there and have some fun.
Yeah,
huh?
And you know what? There's plenty of people participating, so if you don't know where you're going, just follow Tom. Tom will
follow the tracks.
Follow the tracks. And of course, safety is number one. We will find out if the conditions of the river are correct. You know, we've had kind of a weird December. We'll see what happens in January. We have Jim Way, police chief from the city of Ramsey, who is our official trail boss, and he, along with some other players, make the call as to safety. Of course, safety is #1 on this thing. But we're hoping for a little cold weather. Can't believe that just came out of my mouth. And we will have a great day for charity, great day for community, and great day for businesses. And as Tom mentioned, we actually have there's a stamp sheet, and there are, I think, 12 locations that you can go to and get your sheet stamped. And then that will go in for some prizes as well. More importantly, it just makes people kind of move around. I know that there is a snowmobile club that will have some bonfires going, so you can make a pit stop there. There's a lot of people that are involved in snowmobiling, from grooming trails to everything. And I'm telling you, I bet you just didn't know that there was this kind of opportunity this close, because you know, a lot of the communities you cannot snowmobile within their boundaries, and some you can. Well, that river is open for all.
And Polaris is a big sponsor.
Yeah,
of this
great
event
point.
There. I mean, those guys they're there every year, and they provide a lot of swag that people can win through the raffles and things. So great sponsor.
Yeah, very much so. Tons of prizes, and that's a good point. Tons of prizes are involved in this thing, and honestly, just participate. It goes to charity. If you got a sled, bring it out. I mean, we've seen some of the vintage ones from the 50s and the 60s out there. So you get a chance to look at the history of snowmobile, and then you see some rocket ships that are out there and these new ones. Wow, a little scary and spooky. I, unfortunately, am not able to ride it because I've got to do the room setup. We end up at McDuff's at 3 o'clock on the 31st. That's kind of where we have our wrap up. Barb and the crew will have some great lunch specials, but more importantly, that's where we're going to hold those raffles. We're going to give away those prizes and get everything done. So again, go to the Chamber website, AnokaAreaChamber.com, and you can find out all the details, and we hope you'll participate. With that, 2015, here we are.
Rocking and rolling.
Chamber is a quarter of the way through. We got 3 quarters to go. He'll be a part of all of them. You'll be back next month. Go and buy Achieve soap. You just should. That's all I'm going to say. Brenda and I are taking that route, and you should too. Tom, thank you so much.
Pleasure to be here, Pete.
Good luck to you in
Thank
15 and all of you as well. We're back right after this. Your best part, your favorite part, it's member profiles. We'll get into it right after this.
Hey, I'm just leaving now. Can you text me the details? Thanks.
Back on the Chamber Report, time now for our first in our member profiles, a chance for you to meet who some of the many members of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce are. Oh, you're going to love this one because this one has a combination of everything. With us, we have Gigi Lawrence and also Tammy Connor. They are with Q Nails, Q Salon and Spa, Q Bites, and we're going to find out about all of this stuff. Gigi, we're going to lead off with you. Tell us about Q Bites.
Q Bites is a new bar restaurant that has recently opened in the month of October in the Anoka area. And it is a fantastic, one-of-a-kind bar that provides unique food in an awesome atmosphere that is very similar to a downtown environment, so very new to this area. And we also provide dinners, appetizers, we provide catering, we are room rental. So we are full service and really willing and ready to be promoted and marketing ourselves out there in the Anoka area.
And where are you located?
We are located at Bunker and 9. Our address is 3507 Round Lake Boulevard. There's a strip mall on the left. We are within that. I don't think you'll miss us because we have 3 separate sections within that mall. And one will say Q Nails, the other says Q Salon and Spa, and then Q Bites, which is the restaurant, which has a liquor license by the city of Anoka. So we run as a full functioning bar as well.
That's cool. All right, Tammy, you are Q Salon and Spa. Tell us a little bit about that.
We are a full-service spa. We have a master colorist who works with the hair along with her stylists, which are fully trained to pretty much do just about everything. We have our estheticians. We do everything from bioactive peels to glycolic peels, microdermabrasion, full facials. We also do back facials. We also do full body waxing for men and women. Get that one.
Well, all right. I'll have to check the stocking
yeah.
and we'll see. Excellent.
And we also have our massage therapists, and they do full body massage.
All right, ladies, and Gigi, I'm going to start with you. What makes that whole scenario of Q Bites and Q Salon and Spa and Q Nails unique?
You know, it's a really it's an awesome opportunity to grow within our community and be full service for families. You can come in on a Saturday morning, have your 13-year-old daughter's birthday. They'll get manis and petties in the nail salon while dad's getting a haircut, and then the football game's on, college game's on. Come on over, have happy hour. We have hockey specials, Viking specials. We have karaoke on Thursday nights. So you get to do all of it right there. You can eat while you're getting your nails done.
Excellent. Tammy, talk about what makes the salon, spa, and the nails so unique.
Because we have all of our services available right there. Everybody's on the spot. We have the best nail techs. I have to say, they've been there for 17 years with Q. We have a private VIP room where a lot of couples go get their stuff done. Then they order from the restaurant. Nice. We bring it out to them at the same time. They're getting pedicures, yes. Some beverages, yep.
Excellent.
It's really nice.
All right, let's talk hours, because I'm imagining that we're dealing with different hours for different things. You're probably not doing nails at midnight.
No,
so Gigi, what are the hours for Q Bites?
We are open Sunday through Wednesday until 11 p.m. We are willing to and able to stay open later as our business grows and opportunity presents. We serve breakfast now, Saturdays and Sundays at 7:30 a.m. And we are open till 1 a.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, late night. We open at 11 a.m. otherwise.
Great. And Tammy?
Monday through Friday, we are open from 10 to 8, and Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 5.
All right. And again, give me that location, Gigi, because we've got them interested now, and they want to know.
Yes, 3507 Round Lake Boulevard. We're just right to the left. You'll see us by DQ, and at any one of those Q signs, you'll find a doorway into us.
Excellent. And website?
QBites.com, www.qbites.com. We are also on Facebook and other social media sites, Yelp for reviews, Instagram, Twitter, so please follow us where you can.
Excellent. And Tammy, website for the salon and nails?
Is it Q Salon?
Q-Salon
and Spa.com.
Excellent. And honestly, the other place you can go to is the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce website. Yes. We have our member listings there. You'll click on it and it'll go right to their website, which is exactly where we want it to go. Well, I'm intrigued. I didn't realize that we had a food factor involved, because the wife's been bugging me about a petty because she wants whatever. But, you know, if we can include some food, then I have a lot of interest. So Q Nails, Q Salon and Spa, Q Bites. What an interesting concept, and there's history here. It's something that's been in this area. They're expanding, and all of it very conveniently located. And boy, it just brings the guy factor into this thing in a whole new way. And I kind of like that. You know, the Minnesota Twins are going to start playing baseball pretty quick. Absolutely. And Q Bites is an opportunity for you to sit down and be a part of whatever the wife might be going on over at the nails or the spa. And, oh, sure, honey, I'll go with you. Boom, you're over at Bites and you're set and you're covered. That's great.
That's perfect.
Gigi, Lawrence, Tammy, Connor, thank you so much for being here, and good luck to you guys in 15.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you.
Teach us how to eat healthy and exercise.
According to the Center of Disease Control, 17% of children and adolescents are obese. Lead by example. Teach your children to eat healthy and exercise.
Get set, go!
Next up on member profiles, we have Chris Leon. He is with North 40 Digital, he is a brand new member of the Chamber, but geez, he's just jumping in full boat, not only with Chamber, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but also community. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, Chris, welcome to the show.
Hello.
All right, let's talk. North 40 Digital, how do you serve the Anoka area market?
North 40 Digital is an online marketing consulting business that I started up based out of Andover. I've been doing online marketing for large companies for 18 years, and throughout that time period I've had people coming up to me, business owners, saying, hey Chris, can you build us a website? Can you help us with our website? Can you build us a social media page? Can you help us figure out if it's working or not? So in the back of my head I've always had this thought, like I'd really like to work directly with small businesses and help them succeed in that area. So we launched that business this fall to do specifically that, and like you said, we're a new member of the Chamber and looking forward to making long-term relationships within the community.
Chris, let me tell you, small business is screaming for help because I hear about it all the time. You know what? The Chamber's a small business. We don't know how to do this stuff either. I mean, you know, we work and we try, but I guarantee you that there are businesses out there that, number one, do not have the time, and number two, they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
And that's okay. And that's where somebody like Chris and North 40 Digital can come in and help. So how do you collaborate with a local business? Take me through the process of that guy or gal that I just talked to that's looking for something, needs some help. They make that connection to you, then what happens?
Yeah, my own business is actually a good example of this because I started from scratch this fall. I went through and I had to make my own website. I made my own social media pages. I got listed in the search engines and the directories, and I built, that's what I refer to as your digital footprint. And so the stronger you make that, the better it will work for you. And so when I was building that for my business, I basically created a checklist that I was saying, this is exactly what other small businesses need. And so the way that I have set that up to work with small businesses is if you want to do that yourself, and a lot of people do, they're interested in it, they want to learn it, they like to do that part of their business, I'll just sell you the checklist and you can do the work yourself and do it that way. If you need to focus on the core part of your business, then you can just hire me to do that whole thing and I'll help you build that digital footprint out. So that's one of the ways you can do that, and that I work with small businesses, and there's several other listed out at north40digital.com.
If you could give small businesses one piece of advice on how to succeed online, what would that be?
I would say to really understand the importance of the online directories and online reviews. So when I talk about online directories, I'm talking about sites like Yelp and Google My Business. And so those are becoming kind of the go-to places for people when they want to go search to actually buy something, not just find information on something. And so it's important to have your information accurate and updated and selling your business and working for your business in those directories. And the review piece of that is, 10 years ago it was different the way we buy things than it is today. Today you can find an online review on any product or service before you buy it, and it's a big part of the purchase decision.
Sure.
So it's important to understand your reviews and to use them to the maximum of your capabilities. So as a small business owner, you know your core business, so talk to them and get them to give you the good reviews that you need, and then learn how to promote it and put it out there so that it works for you. On the other side of that, make sure you have a plan if you have a negative review that's out there, because it does happen, quite often, and ignoring it is not necessarily the right plan. So have a plan for how to take care of that for you.
Tell me something that most people don't know about online marketing.
This one I consider to be kind of a hidden gem a little bit, and it's video. To me, video is gold. It's the best way to tell your story, and it's the best way to show something. And so one of the things that people think that video is a little more complicated than that, but if you have a smartphone in your pocket, you already have the technology to take a good video. You just need to know what to do with it, where to upload it, and how to promote it. And what I tell small businesses is that if you have 3 or 4 really good customers, that you would trust to have a conversation with somebody else to tell them about your business, put a camera in front of them, talk to them, and talk through that, and what you'll get is probably going to be something pretty compelling.
Golden.
And then figure out, all right, where do we upload it? How do we promote it? What do we do? And the one sort of hidden gem with that is YouTube. Every business can have a YouTube channel, which is basically like your TV channel. You can put anything you want up there. You can integrate it with all your other stuff. It's free. And Google owns YouTube, so it helps your standing in Google itself. And then YouTube itself is the 2nd largest search engine in the entire world. And people don't think about it that way. They think about it as an entertainment place, not necessarily a business place. But there's a lot of good business pieces that can play into that.
Wow. All right, so do you build websites? Do you do Facebook pages? I mean, these people need a lot of help. Yep. Are you a one-stop shop, help it all?
Yeah, we build websites, we host websites, build Facebook pages, social media pages, etc. And usually we'll combine that with with a marketing plan for you to say, you know, we'll help build the site for you, we'll help it get listed in the directories, in the search engines, we'll help analyze the site and make sure that the customers are doing what you want them to do and taking the actions that you want and your website's performing. And we'll tie that in with some reporting so that you understand exactly how it is working or performing. And so, you know, that will usually start with me sitting down with you and saying, let's look at what you have today. Let's look at where you need to go. Let's figure out what that gap is, and let's start taking steps along that way. So that could be a new website. It could be updating your existing website. It could be search. It could be advertising, email marketing, social media, any of those types of things. And if it's something that's even more advanced, like someone will come to me and say, Chris, I need to build an app that's fairly advanced. I have partners that I work with to do things like that, so I can bring expertise in on specific projects. And so you can find the whole list of those things at north40digital.com and contact me there to figure that out.
All right, so I know what you're thinking. You're freaking out. You're like, I don't know how to do all this stuff. Google what? And that's why Chris is here. And trust me, brothers and sisters, I'm there with you. You know, it's all come so fast. I mean, and this whole thing changes so fast, but if you're not playing, you're behind. And if you're behind, it is not good for your business. And that's where North 40 Digital and Chris can help you, because that is what they do. Now, if you've got the time and you want to learn, they can take you through those steps. But more importantly, man, if you don't have the time, that's why Chris's company is here, to be able to help you, get you where you need to be in all of those things. And guess what? Then you don't have to learn it all. Then you don't care about Google, whatever. I don't care, because you're covered. And it's all about being covered. And more importantly, this is the future. This stuff isn't going away. It is only going to continue to rock and roll, and your business needs to be a part of it, and that's where Chris Leon and the crew at North 40 Digital can help. And Chris, they got to be chomping at the bit. I mean, trust me, it's just a matter of them having a comfort level, and it's obvious with this interview. You know what you're talking about. You've been a player on a large level. It's got to be a blast to be able to deal with some of these smaller companies and just see what you can do for them and the success that you can help them have. Yeah, it's a passion of mine to take some of that knowledge and to give that to small business owners, because I can see it. There's a lot of things that you can do to make your business better, and you don't have to be a genius to know it. You just need to know where to go and what to do and how to tie it all together, and it works. It does. All right, so they're interested. I know you are. I know you want to call, so how do they get a hold of you? You can find out all the information at north40digital.com, and it's North40 Digital. Either one will actually work, or you can find my phone number as well there. Great. Chris Leon, trust me, business people, you need this stuff. And if you get his help, it'll be better. And more importantly, geez, it's just somebody you can ask the question to, like, what is a smartphone? I mean, I asked that question some years back, and you might be there when it comes to Facebook pages or Twitter or all the other social media that's out there, let alone just the marketing aspect, keywords, those types of things. These are all things that I'm just starting to learn about, and I bet a lot of you out there need to start learning about those too, because it will help your business. Chris, good luck to you in 2015. You know, Chris took a step. He joined the Chamber, which is great, smart on his part. We have a group called the Chamber Ambassadors, and it's a limited group of people who go out, they represent us from time to time. They are what we call the Chamber All-Stars, and Chris has decided to become one of our members. You are also involved in the Toys for Joy group and helped them as they dealt with everything with that group, and we talked about that with the luncheon. You were at the luncheon, and boom, all of a sudden, you're a community player. And you and I talked, and you said, you know what, if I'm going to be here, I want to be in, and you're taking those steps. Yeah, and I brought my daughter over to the Toys for Joy, and we had a great time helping them set it up, and I was blown away for what they do for all the families in Anoka County. And so you're right, if I don't want to just join the Chamber on paper, I want to be part of the Chamber, I want to be part of the community long term. This is my business that I'm going to be doing for a long time, and so it's about relationship building for me, for sure. You know what, we talk about this all the time, about using a Chamber member and the trickle down that comes back into our communities. And Chris is a prime example. Here's a guy, local, business, local, and what's he doing? He's helping local. You do business with him in our backyard, and it all keeps just revolving right back around the community. It's cool. I've been doing this job for a long time, and I'm telling you, I see it all the time, and it's real, and it matters around here, and it's making our communities better. And Chris is a prime example of somebody who's jumped in and said, hey, I want to give because it's going to be good for him. Yeah, it'll be good for him. It's good for his heart, but it's good for community, and that's why he's a player here. It's one of the reasons why we welcomed him with open arms as an ambassador. And Chris, look forward to 2015. Oh, trust me, I'll probably be calling you on a couple of things because I didn't know half the stuff he was talking about. But we need to know those things, and we'll be doing that. Chris Leon, North Digital 40, welcome to the Chamber, and thanks for being on the show.
All right, thanks, Pete.
You bet. Next up on member profiles, we have Ashley Lamson. She's with Central Minnesota Vapor. They are located 12484 Champlin Drive. Central Minnesota Vapor, Ashley, electronic cigarettes are a big thing. We're seeing some stores. We are seeing Central Minnesota Vapor. What are electronic cigarettes?
Good question. Electronic cigarettes are a battery-powered device. They're about 6 inches long, and the way that it works is it's a rechargeable battery that you use a tank and an atomizer, and the battery actually heats up the atomizer, which produces the e-liquid with a vapor mist.
All right, e-liquid, so everybody thinks nicotine. Are nicotine in all of those liquids that are available?
No, and that's the beauty behind this product. A lot of people are scared of it. A lot of people say they've heard stories, they've heard research. There is not nicotine in all of the e-liquids. You start on a certain percentage, depending on how many packs a day you smoked, and from that point on, you wean down just like the patch, the gum, the pill.
Oh, really?
Same concept.
So for somebody who's thinking about quitting smoking, especially as we are in January and it's 2015, Central Minnesota Vapors could actually help you as you can get yourself down to a situation where you could be nicotine-free.
Absolutely.
Wow. All right. How did Central Minnesota Vapor get started?
That's a great question. My mom was actually a nurse for 30-some years, and she was a pack-a-day smoker, and she got gifted one of these products back 2 years ago. And from that point on, she said, this changed my life, and I want to pay it forward, and I want to change many people's lives. I want to spread the word and get this out there. And so we have 4 Central Minnesota Vapors has 4 sister stores back in Iowa. So we wanted to go ahead and carry that up to Minnesota, and now we're up here and we're ready to start changing people's lives. That's what we do every day.
Excellent. So what's an ideal customer for Minnesota Central Vapors?
An ideal customer would be somebody that has currently smokes, or somebody that has tried the patch, the pill, tried other alternatives, and is ready to really quit smoking.
All right, tell us exactly where you're located again, because I know we've got some people interested, especially with those resolutions for 2015.
12484 Champlin Drive.
All right, and how can people reach you and get more educated if they want to take this step and maybe they've heard some of those things and they just want to find out if this is a potential move for them? How do they get a hold of you?
I would highly recommend coming into the shop. It's definitely the first place to take a step, because our sales associates, they're professionals, they know what they're doing, they've been educated on this product, and that's where you're first and foremost going to get educated on it. Also, do some research online, and we also have pamphlets in the store. Highly recommend coming and getting one.
You know, I never knew that you could do this step down. I never knew that existed. I've heard about this, and I've got friends that do it, and I just assumed that all the liquids were the same, and that is not true. So if other things have failed as you've tried to quit smoking, this really is a scenario that could work for people.
Yeah, and Pete, I want to kind of express on that. A lot of people are concerned what's in this e-liquid. And it's propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, food flavoring, nicotine, and water. Those are the 4 or 5 main ingredients. And so Propylene glycol, it's used to go into your lungs, pull out the bad stuff, just like propylene glycol is used in nebulizer machines. Vegetable glycerin, which is used in a lot of your baking products, food flavoring and baking products. So had a lot of research done on it.
All right, and the vapor that's coming out, it is not smoke.
No, it's not smoke, it's vapor.
It
And
is-
that's our motto.
It is vapor, hence Central Minnesota Vapor. Okay, again, located 12484 Champlin Drive, right here in Champlin, where the QCTV studios are. Ashley Lamson, I'll tell you what, there's people that can come, get educated, and learn more, and you guys have the staff in place ready to give them the answers that they're looking for.
Absolutely, if they're ready to kick the habit, we're there for them.
That's great. Ashley Lamson from Central Minnesota Vapor.
QCTV is an award-winning community media center.
We inform citizens about the actions of their city governments.
We connect residents to the events and activities happening in their own backyard.
We engage others to provide local programming to our Channel 15.
We innovate, offering live event coverage via our website and on-demand streaming of regular programs.
We collaborate with local organizations for important community conversations.
Most importantly, QCTV tells the stories that matter to the people who live, work, and play in the communities of Andover, Anoka, Champlin, and Ramsey.
Next up on member profiles, it's January, you know what that means. You got to start working on taxes. And we have a business that can help you. In fact, multiple locations. With us here is Scott Roth. Scott has a business called Liberty Tax Service. And Scott, not just a business, but multiples of Liberty Tax Service. Tell everybody out there where you have locations.
We have locations in Elk River, 18853 Freeport Street, right next to Little Caesars. Another location in Monticello, 141 East Broadway Street, kind of next to the new Walgreens. Second year, a new location. Last year was our Ramsey location, which is on 14031 St. Francis Boulevard, right on the corner of St. Francis Boulevard and Bunker Lake Boulevard, kind of a little strip mall where the penalty box is.
Yes.
And then this year, our newest location we're going to be opening up is in Becker, and that is at 13854 First Street, right next to the subway up there. So.
Now, if you've been in this area, you've probably seen some people that are out there on a corner putting on the Liberty hat for the Statue of Liberty. That's Liberty Tax Service. So this is the guy. Scott, let's talk about Liberty Tax Service. Obviously, it's 2015. We're going to talk about tax and some important things for people to know. But why should people choose Liberty Tax Service for maybe doing it themselves or having you do it, or even a business person? Why choose you?
I think because of our knowledge of the tax laws, all of the credits, the deductions that are out there, not only for individuals, but for businesses that they're entitled to. As we all know, taxes are complex and they change every year. So each year in the fall, we have update training for our staff, and we make sure everybody is up to date on the current tax law changes and how it's going to affect the upcoming tax season.
And you're dealing with that right now. Let's talk about some of those big changes. What should people, it's January, what should they be thinking about as they get ready to hook up with you that maybe they might not know they should even be looking for?
Well, the big change for 2014 is the ACA, or the Affordable Care Act. So in 2014, individuals are now required to carry health insurance or face a penalty.
Right.
And so in Minnesota, we have the MNsure program where individuals can go online and sign up for health care and get different policies and premiums out there. And depending on household income and family size, some people might qualify for the premium tax credits. So this year, the big change on the tax forms is if you did get that premium tax credit, well, now we have to reconcile that onto the tax return to see if you had too much of a premium tax credit or not enough, and to avoid that penalty as well.
You bet.
Yeah.
I bet you that one of the biggest things that you deal with, Scott, is the reality that you can help people find things that they don't even think about. And if they were doing it themselves, you can find them some monies, I would guess, in more cases than not.
Well, it is, we do this year after year, so a lot of individuals that will either do it on their own or do the do-it-yourself programs, if they don't know what to look for or the tax laws, or if they're not up to date with all the credits and deductions, not even for the individuals, but even for small businesses, well, then they just don't know what to put that on there. So when you come into our offices, we'll do that thorough tax interview to ensure that we maximize your refund or make the smallest tax liability that we can for you.
So 4 locations, and here's the deal. I mean, maybe you work in Monticello, maybe you work in Becker, you live around here, you're watching it here. You know what? Go to work, you can drop them off to Scott and his crew. They will do what they do, get back with them, get back with you, and get this thing done. So those 4 locations, again, Becker, Elk River, Monticello, and Ramsey. Liberty Tax Services is there to help you get the most out of your tax refund. Who doesn't want that? Or maybe not pay as much, just depending on where you're sitting. Again, how do they get a hold of you? Website, phone number, how do they get a hold of you?
The big website is www.libertytax.com, and that will direct you to your nearest location depending on where you live. Phone numbers, Becker 763-634-0222, Monticello 763-295-4888. Our Elk River location is 763-515-1521, and the Ramsey location 763-432-2774.
Oh, he made it. I didn't know if he'd get all those phone numbers. I'm impressed that he did. All right, Scott Roth, he is Liberty Tax Service. He is also one of our chamber ambassadors. We've got a chamber ambassador theme going here. And Scott, we went out, we did a ribbon cutting at the Ramsey location. He joined, he saw our ambassadors there, and he has been involved with chambers everywhere that you've gone. And he got a hold of me and said, Pete, you know what, I have interest in being in that program. And boy, you jumped in, you got your lanyard, we give these little name badgy things, and you are one of those groups. Thank you for taking that step in becoming a chamber ambassador. It's important for us, and heck, you know what? It's a chance for you to get out there and meet some new businesses as well.
Yeah,
it's a win-win. Yeah, and so if you check out the chamber newsletters, you're going to see Scott's face on all of those pictures because he shows up all the time for that. It is tax season. It's January, so when's the best time to get you all this stuff? I mean, sooner better than later.
Yep. Well, hopefully this year we can start on time, but as soon as people start getting their W-2s and all their tax information, give us a call, bring it in, we can start the tax return, and if you have some things that show up later, we can certainly put it on hold and finish it afterwards. But yeah, as soon as your W-2s start coming out, bring them on in.
Sooner better than later. Do you want to be that guy knocking on his door on April 13th going, oh, the door would be open. The reality is the sooner you can get this thing going, the better, and gives them the opportunity to help you this tax season. Scott Roth, Liberty Tax Service. Have a good have a good tax season. I bet you look forward to like April 16th, big time.
Vacation time.
Yes, he does. All right, he is Scott Roth. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Last up on member profiles, but certainly not least, one of my favorite member businesses, and in fact, Miranda and I were just talking, this is, by the way, Miranda Brown. She's the Coon Rapids manager of Simonson Salon and Spa, and Kyle Simonson and I go back so long from the beginnings of Simonson's and my time at the chamber, and just what's going on, and we'll get into all that later. But first, Miranda, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You are the manager of the salon in Coon Rapids. Let's talk about the team and the customers. How are they feeling about that new location, and where is it?
We love it, actually. The new location is just right off of Northdale Boulevard, right off of Highway 10 and Round Lake Boulevard, just right across the street from the Applebee's. So if you're familiar with that area, Applebee's, Wendy's is right over there, and we are just right in that little nook.
It is a beautiful location. If you have not had the opportunity to go there, after we get done talking, jump in the car and go over and check them out. What do you think makes Simonson's Salon and Spa rise above the others that are in this industry?
Well, I would definitely say that Simonson's commitment to delivering our brand promise is what sets us apart. Our brand promise is experiencing perpetual renewal. Our team members enjoy really delivering that with each client that comes in at every visit. And you know, trends will come and go, but we truly believe that style and beauty transcends age, race, and ethnicity.
All right, speaking of trending, what's trending right now in the salon spa services?
I would definitely have to say the Hydrofacial. The Hydrofacial is a non-invasive facial treatment that focuses on minimizing fine lines, hyperpigmentation, and acne, and it's really one of the best kept beauty secrets. The state-of-the-art facial treatment provides cleansing, exfoliation, extractions, and hydration, and it really just leaves the skin with that beautiful polished glow.
I've heard about Simonson's and a corporate gift card program that they have. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, this is something new that we've recently launched. I mean, we've always had our gift cards, but we really wanted to focus on corporations. I mean, why not focus on your employees that have made your progress even better? So we thought, well, why not offer the employees, the corporate, to come in and use the gift cards and get an experience with us. The gift cards can be purchased in any denomination really, but if you purchase $500 or more, you actually get a bonus gift card, which is really nice. The gift cards can be used at any one of our salon locations, so either Coon Rapids, also our Maple Grove location, and our Plymouth location as well.
Great. All right, so it's January. Guys, February's coming quick, and you know what that means, Valentine's Day. So that's the next big holiday that we have coming up. Miranda, help us out. What would you have as a gift idea, recommendation for that someone special?
Well, I would definitely recommend a Simonson's gift card. And the reason being is because most people don't necessarily know what their sweetheart specifically wants. With a Simonson's gift card, it can be used on services, it can be used on product. So your sweetheart can get really what their heart desires, which is great. And it's a win-win situation. You look great giving the gift, and they love you even more for getting them that gift.
And what guy doesn't like having a place where you can go get the card, and they'll have a thing to help you out with what's available, and you know what? You're going to go, well, that all looks good, so they're just going to get you that card. You're going to put it, maybe grab some roses, throw it in, and you will be the king come Valentine's Day 2015. Miranda Brown, Coon Rapids manager of the Simonson Salon and Spa. If somebody out there wants to find out more about the corporate cards or find out about the services or find out about those gift cards, how do they do that?
Well, all of our information that I've spoke on today, and even more information, I would say, is listed on our website at simonsons.com.
She's Miranda Brown. Guys, she can make you look good. And ladies, well, Simonsons has been making all of you guys look great for a long, long time. Congratulations to Kyle and the crew on yet another year, and they're ready to help you in 2015. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to wrap up this edition of the Chamber Report, so stay tuned. Back on the Chamber Report, time now to wrap up this edition as we take a peek at what's coming up. January, networking all the time. Told you about AM Connections Network Group. That group will meet the first and third Wednesday in January, 7:45 to 9 o'clock at the Chamber office. Great networking for Chamber members, free, no RSVP needed. You show up Everybody gets a 1-minute commercial. They do a lead exchange, a business card exchange. It's a great event. I hope you come to one of those, and when you do, you'll end up coming back. Big month for us is February. We've got 2 major events that occur. The first is our annual State of the Cities Luncheon. We will have the mayors from all 9 of our cities or city representatives there. It's going to be a one-time shot for you to find out everything that's going on in our region. That'll be held on the second Tuesday in February, and then of course the biggie, the Chamber Gala Dinner, coming up on February 20th. Lots of details on all of these things available on our website. Speaking of that, if you have questions about anything that you've seen today, numerous ways you can find out. Number 1, that website, AnokaAreaChamber.com. Stop by the office. We're located at 12 Bridge Square. It's a half block off Main Street in downtown Anoka on 1st Avenue South. We're open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 Monday through Friday. You can call us 763-421-7130. You can email me, Pete@AnokaAreaChamber.com, or you know what? You can tug on my suit coat and say, Pete, got a question. It happens all the time. And thanks all to you who have talked to me about the show and that you watch it and what you like and maybe what you don't. We make changes here all the time. The reality is your comments are appreciated and you watching is appreciated. It is January. It is 2015. I'm hoping you have a great year. We're hoping for the same here at the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. That's going to do it for this show. I'm Pete Turok. Thank you so much for watching.